Hey everyone, welcome back to the AstoundCast, episode 81?
Let me double check. Because I haven't drawn on the squiggly for this week, so.
Right, but I'm
Yep,
pretty
it's 81.
damn sure this is 81.
Yep, it's 81.
Cool. So, let's start this one off as we usually do. How has your week been?
Week hasn't been too bad. It's been productive enough. As I've ranted to you about a couple of times, I have just had to
Yeah.
learn about the gay agenda.
Yeah.
So that's kind of fun. So for
Hell yeah.
context, I'm making a magazine on the LGBTQ plus community with like a gimmick of every page is a different letter. So I'm having to learn about all the agendas at the same time to make sure I know what sort of stories I'm putting on them. Because while this is supposed to be a fictional magazine, it's supposed to be filled with real content. So that's fun.
Yeah, and that's for your uni work, correct?
Yes, this is for like my final project.
Right. Sounds pretty cool.
It is. How about you? How's your week been?
Uh, shunt pain riddled. Been a little bit busy, not too bad though. Started Hyrule Warriors on my Nintendo Switch, and I'm already stuck.
Already.
Yeah, I'm only on the third mission.
Oh.
Yeah, it's gonna take a while, I think. I only just about failed. I know exactly what I need to do to get it right. I just gotta. It was all down to timing. I was a little bit too slow in finding something, and yeah,
Well, that's okay. You've still got time. Well, to be fair, there's no like time limit on the game, so well,
no,
time limit is in like you have to wait 24 in-game hours to try again or something. You've got like
no.
time to do it.
But something I do have a time limit on is my playthrough of Halo. Damn, that was a clean
Ah,
transition.
yes. April 15th is coming up. How far are you?
Yep. Well, I have now finished Halo 3.
Yay, how'd you find it?
Really, really damn good. This game saw the final days of the Human Covenant War. Basically, things were going to hell in a handbasket really damn quick. Um,
There.
Basically, yeah, things were going really badly. The Arbiter from Halo 2 and the Master Chief have teamed up and managed to finally bring an end to the Covenant human war. However, I have started Halo 4, and it would appear that some particular sects of the Covenants haven't quite got the message.
Hmm.
Yeah. Also, at the end of Halo 3, two of my favourite characters died.
No.
Yeah. Commander Miranda Keyes, daughter of Captain Keyes from Halo Combat Evolved, died, and then not long after, Sergeant Johnson passed away.
Yeah.
That sucked. But yeah, Halo 3 was a really damn good game. There was a little bit of a callback to Combat Evolved, with you riding a warthog to get to the UNSC Forward Unto Dawn. But thankfully, there was no time limit on this one.
Okay.
You just had to drive like hell before the flying capital city of the Covenant exploded. Because that's where you
Oh, that's
were. Well, no, actually, you were on one of the Halo rings, and that was exploding around you, so you had to kind of get out of there before that blew up.
ah.
But yeah, Halo 3, damn good game. I'm really looking forward to finishing Halo 4, though, because the graphics are a massive leap from Halo 3.
How much of a mahoosive leap?
Oh, quite a bit. Quite a
Oh.
leap. Um, um, well, the Halo 4 was the first Halo game made for the Xbox One.
Ah.
So it was the generational jump from the 360 to the Xbox One. That's how different the graphics are.
Yeah.
But yeah, Halo 3 was a damn good game in my opinion. Um, but I do have, hopping back to Nintendo, some very sad Nintendo news.
Oh no.
Today is the day that the 3DS and Wii U eShop shut down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's over.
I know. I'm glad I
I
got my
wa
stuff in time for it.
Yeah, I was going to try and get Pokemon Red because it turns out it's not available on the Switch, but it was
Yeah.
available on the 3DS.
No, wait until they release like a Game Boy emulator and they potentially could do that because
Huh, there already is one
because on
and
my
it's not
3DS,
there.
yeah, because it's been recently released rather than it's been
Oh,
there for a
yeah,
couple of months.
true,
So they might
true.
do updates.
Hope so. Um,
With my 3DS, I do have a copy of Pokemon Yellow on there. And fun fact,
oh,
the
cool.
emulators do allow you to do glitches.
Hell yeah.
Level 100 Nidoking for the rescue.
Hey, nice. Um, but yeah, very sad day for Nintendo 3DS and Wii U fans.
Yeah.
And I was super gutted because because I know the Switch is touchscreen and the
Switch,
3DS is.
Switch is touchscreen depending on what games you play because certain games
Mm,
do not allow its touchscreen function.
oh, well, I was going to try my 3DS stylus. Nope,
No.
did not work.
I think like the Wii U had a stylus and the Wii U's one worked with like 3DS ones too. But I believe
Okay,
this sort of touchpad is akin to a phone rather than a
right.
DS. So if you had like one of those rubber tipped phone styluses, that might be an option.
Yeah, okay. I think I've got a pen lying around from my old job that has one. I'd have to
If you
find it,
Yeah,
but
try it out and give me feedback afterwards, and then we can
yeah,
update them. We can have like a list of information about it because I know
yeah, that's a
that
good idea.
the because with Animal Crossing, for example, the touchscreen functions don't work on there because there is
Okay,
nothing needed to be touchscreen. But
okay,
with um, but with example needing to type in like an email or something like that, or
yeah,
going onto the home menu screen, you can use touchscreen on it if you're
yeah,
not in television mode.
okay. I mean, of course, mine is the Switch Lite, so television mode ain't
In
an option.
No, I've got a normal Switch, so I do
Yeah,
have the option between Cradle and screen.
yeah. To be fair, I didn't really need the television option. I've got the Xbox. The PS5 is imminent.
Yeah,
Didn't really need it. Plus, the Switch Lite is way, way, way cheaper.
yeah, yeah. I see the appeal. I'm gonna stick with my normal one because I like playing Animal Crossing on the big screen, but then being able
Very
to take
fair.
it out the to play upstairs whenever I can't use
Very
the
fair.
television downstairs.
Yeah. Um. Anyway, shall we move on to this week's motorsport section?
Might as well.
Well, as you're all aware, there is no F1 this weekend. Sad face. Um.
Um,
But there has been a NASCAR race featuring two ex-Formula One champions, and that is, and well, it actually hasn't happened yet, but it is the race at Circuit of the Americas, featuring, as I did mention a couple of weeks ago, Kimi Raikkonen, the 2007 champion, and Jenson Button, the 2009 champion.
oh,
Um, and I believe Jenson Button did semi well in qualifying. I think qualifying in 24th. Because unlike in F1, um, in F1, you can do as many damn laps as you like until the clock runs out.
oh yeah.
In NASCAR, you have 2 laps and that's it.
Oh geez, that's a lot linear.
Yep, yeah, you've got each car goes out, does their 2 laps, comes back in, that qualifying's done.
Yeah.
So if you're out first, you've either got to set a godlike lap or you're in trouble.
Indeed.
But yeah, so Jensen did honestly quite well for his first NASCAR qualifying. Kimi Räikkönen, I believe, this is his second or third now. I can't remember if he did anything else, including the Daytona 500 last year, because I know he did that, but I don't think he did anything beyond that. So that's something to look out for this weekend. And I'm going to actually throw a bit of a surprise mention in here, because MotoGP has adopted something from F1.
Oh, right. What have they done?
Sprint qualifying.
Ooh, that's an interesting event.
Yeah, because of course, MotoGP is run by the FIM, which is actually the motorbike racing division of the FIA.
Ooh,
And considering how, honestly, quite well the sprint qualifying is going in F1, I think MotoGP have decided to give it a shot themselves.
hmm.
So I'm not quite sure how that went, but I can imagine it went pretty well.
I should hope so.
Yeah, so yeah, not too much has happened in terms of motorsport this week, other than what I've also talked about in my F1 video from Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this week's motorsport section has been quite thin on the ground in terms of stuff happening.
It
Of course, Red
seems that
Bull
way.
are still saying that they're going to be in trouble later in the season due to their wind tunnel reduction with the penalty and winning the Constructors' Championship, because with the penalty they got, they lost 7% of their. No, sorry, they lost 10% of their wind tunnel time. And with winning the Constructors, they lost an additional 7. So they've lost 17% of their wind tunnel time.
Oh,
And that drops them below even, I think, Aston Martin.
yeah.
So even even Aston could start to overtake them, which frankly isn't too far out of the realms of possibility considering how blinking fast they've been over the last 2 races.
Yeah.
Yeah, been a bit of a slow week in the motorsport world. Of course, we got the Australian Grand Prix next weekend. God help me, getting up at nearly 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Well, we've already lost
Yeah,
the hour, so you know that whatever hour you have to wake up at is going to be 6 rather than having to skip an hour.
yeah. I should make it slightly more manageable, but yeah, I'll be streaming a bit later than I would be. Probably going to start at 10 to 6, because I'm going to record AstoundCast News and have it released as a normal video rather than bunch that into the stream and have to start at 5:30.
Yeah.
Yeah, just saying that makes me feel sick. Like, I didn't even have to get up that early for school.
You make it sound
But
like
yeah,
it's a chore.
oh no, it isn't. Well, my shunts will disagree, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's my only issue here. I would love to get up that early to do a stream and have full energy. My shunt
Yeah.
will, and I will be doing that, but my shunt will strongly protest, but I'm doing it anyway.
Hmm.
Because the situation works of it's my shunt, I am not the shunt's human.
Yeah, that.
I'm the one in control here.
Not a parasite. It's simply an extra part of your body.
No, I'm the one in control. If it thinks it can derail me, it can think again.
Also, seconds later, you get derailed by it.
Probably. It's me. I always seem to do that to myself. Like, nothing can go wrong. 5 seconds later, literally everything that could go wrong does go wrong within a matter of seconds.
It's because you say that nothing will go wrong, and then suddenly, oh
Yeah,
no, the world's gone wrong.
yeah, I know. But yeah, that is kind of it for this week's motorsport section, which is quite
Okay.
surprising because that was done really quickly. Now on to the entertainment section, and Holy Moses. Um,
Mm.
right, I was talking to you the other day about the new Star Trek Picard episode.
Yep, yep, yep.
There was something I missed out because I wasn't fully aware of it at the time, but now I am.
Oh,
Well, to give you all a brief rundown of this week's Picard episode, mahoosive spoilers, by the way. There was more Easter eggs than you could shake a stick at. Because aside from the very obvious ships at the Starfleet Museum being the Enterprise A, the USS Defiant, the Voyager, and the New Jersey, which, by the way, it turns out was the final Constitution-class ship made in the original series spec before the motion picture spec Constitutions were made.
yeah.
So it was the last of the original series design Constitution classes, which makes sense, which explains why the New Jersey's in the museum. But there was quite a few other ones hidden away, and there was a very big one hidden as well. The NX-01 Enterprise.
Yeah.
In the refit that would have happened in Season 5 of Enterprise, would it have happened? But it would appear that it happened anyway. So the NX refit is now fully canon and officially confirmed to have been performed on the NX-01 itself.
Ooh.
Because Doug Drexler, who designed the NX-01 and the NX refit as a concept, has always said, in my head canon, that did happen. And it has. His headcanon is now canon. So that was
Yeah.
incredibly cool to kind of see. It was very small, so you couldn't really notice it. You had to really squint to see it, but it's there. But something else that kind of made me and the entire Trek fandom explode was that on Daystrom Station, there was quite a few items there that piqued a lot of people's interest. For example, we have what is basically an attack tribble.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tribble with teeth on the bottom of it. It is terrifying.
Sounds it.
A new Genesis device recreated from the Wrath of Khan. Why the hell that was recreated, I don't know.
Just in case.
But there was something else, and this is the thing that made everyone, including myself, lose their minds once I realised.
Yeah.
There was a human body on the station, showing
Oh,
some life signs on the medical readouts. Would you like to hear the
that,
name of this person?
go for it.
James T. Kirk.
No.
Kirk is alive.
Oh my god. That's a bit of news.
He's not dead. Yes,
Yay.
it would appear that Star Trek has just confirmed that Captain Kirk's death in Star Trek Generations was not his final death.
Yeah.
And there was something else on his medical readout stating that he was a part of Project Phoenix. Now, there's been tons of theories
Ooh.
flying around about that, but I have my own.
What did it?
Personally, well, fun fact as well about Daystrom Station, Captain Picard's original body was on the station as well.
Yeah.
So I think he was a part of Project Phoenix. Now, what I think Project Phoenix is that in a time of great crisis, I don't know, say the Federation is literally moments away from falling, Starfleet develops some form of technology to revive some of their legends. Have them rise like the Phoenix from the grave.
That sounds fun.
Bring back the likes of Captain Picard,
Ooh.
Captain Kirk,
Mm-hmm.
and hell, maybe because the NX-01 was included in the episode, Maybe even Captain Archer.
That'll be quite interesting.
I know, like, because I I rewatched the episode last night, and I made sure to take a special look at Kirk's medical readout, and there was some life signs there.
Oh, right.
So I think Kirk is alive, and if Archer's there, they could be doing the same thing to him. And I say Picard was there because well, it was revealed a couple of episodes ago that the changelings have evolved. They can now replicate internal organs.
Ooh.
So they are now literally undetectable. And it will look as if they have managed to gain this evolution by stealing Picard's original body.
Oh.
Yep. So now the crew of the Titan and the Enterprise D unofficially have to. I'm going to guess they are now probably going to try and steal Picard's original body back.
Yeah.
And inevitably return him to Daystrom Station. Again, I'm thinking he's a part of Project Phoenix as well.
That's an
Given,
interesting thing to think about.
yeah, given the connotations that Project Phoenix has in terms of the name alone, and the fact that Captain Kirk is a part of it, I'm sorry, but that is like a full-blown Legends resurrection plan.
That's just like your dream come true right there.
Yeah, because I mean, we already know from that comic run that Captain Sisko's back. By the way, Will Wheaton on the Ready Room podcast, which is like the. Do you remember After Track from the early days of Discovery?
Yes, that does ring a bell.
It was the after episode talk show that happened.
Oh yeah, no, I remember that now.
Yeah. Well, Will Wheaton has taken over and has renamed it to the Ready Room because, of course, he has. And he did say that next week there is going to be a very big character, but he can't say who it is. Now, I have a theory for that. With Captain Sisko coming back in the comics,
Yeah.
what's to stop him from coming back in Picard?
Ooh, that's a tempting one.
I fully think we could be getting the emissary of the prophets back from the wormhole.
You think?
I have a good feeling.
You know, that'll be quite fun to if that actually happened though.
I know. A lot of people are also suspecting Jeffrey Combs to come back as Wayoon.
Ooh,
Although I'm not
that's a
quite sure
spicy
that.
take.
Although I'm not quite sure that would work. Well, there's a yes and a no argument for that. One,
Yeah.
at the end of Deep Space Nine, it was confirmed that the clone that was killed by Garak was the final clone of Wayoon. However, it was revealed in Star Trek Online that he absolutely was not. So it's a bit of a 50-50. It depends on if they do canonize Star Trek Online or not. But now, personally, I'm going for Captain Sisko because of one, we got General Sisko mentioned in the last season of Picard in the Confederation universe, and that comic book with Sisko returning just before Picard Season 3 released. That ain't no coincidence.
Doesn't sound like one to me.
No. And that would mean we have a reference to each of the 5 original captains in this season, or a straight-up appearance.
Yeah.
Because we've got Archer represented through the NX-01, the potential corpse, not corpse, of Captain Kirk. I don't think he's a corpse anymore. Picard.
Sounds like.
Of course, we might be getting Captain Sisko back, which, yes.
Ooh.
And Seven has name-dropped Janeway so many times.
please. I like Janeway.
Do you know what would be really cool? If they
Yeah.
brought her back in as well. Have the 3 next-gen captains together.
Ooh, oh, that would be interesting.
That would be so cool. Every
It's
Trek
like a
fan of
Doctor
the
Who.
90s would be going nuts.
It would be. It's like a Doctor Who collaboration, but with people who actually know what they're doing to run a ship.
Yup. Funny you say that. I was actually watching Doctor Who just before the stream.
No way.
Yep. The Stolen Earth arc from David Tennant.
Oh yeah. Oh, good time. Good time.
I know. But yeah, that would be really damn cool because I think with the amount of time 7 of 9 has name dropped Janeway, I'm sorry, but they're definitely gearing her up for a return. And
Yeah.
yes, and if my theory about Cisco's right, we actually could have the 3 next generation captains together.
That would be fun to see. I would steal one of your account to tune in for
No problem. But
that.
oh my god. Oh, something's just come into my head.
Okay.
Well, during the episode, while Picard was convincing Geordi to help him, his daughter, Alandra, did briefly mention Hangar 12 of the museum. Now, that wasn't seen. And there was
Ooh.
one ship that was missing from the museum.
Oh.
Well, there was just one empty slot in the museum.
Ooh.
And a lot of people are now speculating that it's a rebuilt Enterprise D.
Hmm.
But do you know what?
That's an interesting take.
So, that would also mean that Picard could get the Enterprise back. Now, there were 2 other ships at the museum. The
Mm-hmm.
Defiant and Voyager. Not only
Okay.
could we have the 3 next generation captains together,
Yeah.
we could have all the ships together.
That. Oh.
That
All of
would
them
be,
working together with their ships as well.
yep, the Enterprise, Defiant, and Voyager together. Jesus.
Nice.
That would be the coolest thing ever. And again, not too far out of the realms of possibility.
It doesn't seem like it anymore, does it?
I mean, let's face it. Is Geordi really gonna refuse Cisco the Defiant and Janeway Voyager?
Not in the slightest. Every
And there is
every
no
fan
way.
would clap him if he did.
And there is no. Cisco would do it himself.
Oh yeah, for real.
I mean, remember last time he punched Q in the face?
Framed in my memory.
Oh, yeah. But, and let's face it, he would totally hand the Enterprise D on a silver platter to Picard.
Yes, because while I have a bias for Janeway, Picard is, I always feel, was the best captain.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Although I will say, Pike is a contender for that now. Like, you haven't watched Strange New Worlds yet, have you?
No, I haven't.
Your opinion may change.
Uh-oh.
Pike is good. Like, Pike has got the best parts of all the other captains in him.
Yeah.
Like, he's got the adventurous spirit of Archer, the craziness of Kirk, the diplomacy of Picard, the will not take any shtick off anyone from Cisco, and the iron will of
Yeah.
Janeway. He is the best parts of all of them.
Of course.
Like, he is insane. He's great, but nah, Picard, he's definitely the best captain of that era, I'd say.
Yeah.
But Yeah, I genuinely just thought about that part right now, about the Voyager, Enterprise, and Defiant being together. That would just be wow.
Ooh,
And the next episode is called Dominion, which is also feeding into my Captain Sisko theory.
sounds it.
Yeah, because of course he was in charge of the end of the Dominion War, so yeah, I think it's going to be Captain Sisko returning. Although,
Yeah,
oh, that could be quite frosty at first. Ooh,
it could be.
because remember, Sisko's wife was a victim of all 359,
Hmm.
and when Picard did meet Sisko in the first episode of DS9, bit of a frosty reception from Sisko.
Yeah.
Oh God, that could be ooh. And then knowing Janeway, she'll just say, "Get it together."
This is something that I just feel like I want to happen now.
And again, very realistically, could.
You gotta keep me updated as to whether it could happen, or
Mm.
not could happen, does happen at some point.
Oh, would you like me to make it better?
Please
Because I just
do.
thought of something else. I mentioned Kirk is almost definitely alive.
Yeah.
Um, the Enterprise A was docked at the museum as well.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, who in their right mind is going to refuse Captain Kirk the Enterprise?
Nobody.
Exactly. Kirk could join them.
Could.
Oh my God, this is oh God. This could be the best ending to a Star Trek series ever.
If it happened.
And again, I'm struggling to find reasons for it not to.
Because the universe seems to want to question the logic of this should happen, but we won't give it to you.
And let's be honest, how could Picard and the Enterprise D crew on their own stop the Dominion, who now can replicate a human body down to the last cell?
Yeah.
With everybody else!
Yeah, that seems about right.
Like, this isn't going to be a one crew job. Oh, hell no. Oh, this could be great. Oh, this could be really good. I mean, it's going to be really good anyway, regardless of if this happens or not. But if it
Oh, yeah.
does, this could potentially mark this down as the best Star Trek season ever.
It
Some
could, but then will it leave you wanting more, or will it give you a satisfying conclusion? That's the question.
always more spin-offs to be done.
Yes, but if they were to end it in the way that is like perfect, would it feel like a good way to end the entire series for
Well, Picard.
a
Well,
modern?
I mean, Picard is ending after season 3, but it's been teased that there might be one more Next Generation film up the sleeves of Paramount.
Ooh.
So, while this is the end of Picard, it may not be the end of this crew.
Okay, so as long as they make it both interesting and open-ended, they're able to get away with it.
Yeah, and again, hell, this could bring about season 8 of Star Trek Voyager and Deep Space Nine.
Yeah.
Minus obviously a couple of notable exceptions from DS9. R.I.P. Aaron Eisenberg and Rene Auberjonois. But, like, if this does all happen, this could open up a lot of possibilities, because we do know that Janeway has returned in Star Trek Prodigy, which I haven't yet watched. I've got to be honest.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't watched that yet. I need to get around to it. I'm probably going to wait till the end of Picard. Because, unfortunately, during the Strange New Worlds run, Um, Prodigy was still going. Um,
Yeah.
but now season one's finished, so I might watch it when Picard's over. Um, oh, and by the way, speaking of Strange New Worlds, one, no
Mm-hmm.
soundtrack, but the DVD and Blu-ray are out.
Ooh.
So the Blu-ray's out and the DVD, but no soundtrack.
Ooh.
Um, Someone's
Oh dear.
definitely forgot to hit upload.
Unless they've accidentally deleted the soundtrack after making the episode.
Oh dear God, that'd be a disaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially given one specific scene. I just want it for that one piece of music, like that one thing, and I'll be happy.
Ooh.
But but yeah, so it looks as if someone's forgot to hit upload, and apparently the Picard soundtrack's coming out soon.
Well, there's gonna be two soundtracks that haven't been uploaded.
Yeah. But I will say during this new episode of Picard, there was a lot of musical callbacks. Um,
Yeah.
like when the Genesis device was shown, a little bit of the Wrath of Khan theme played,
Yeah.
and then when Kirk showed up, I think it was the original series theme. Um, and then when the Defiant showed up, we got a little bit of DS9's theme. The Enterprise A was the original series again, and when Voyager showed up, well, it was the Voyager theme.
Yeah. Ooh.
and and then the HMS Bounty from the Star Trek original series film showed up, the Klingon bird of prey, and a bit of the Voyage Home theme played.
Ooh.
Because it was eventually recovered from San Francisco Bay, but it took a while to find because the cloaking device reactivated.
Oh.
They couldn't find it. Like, once Kirk and Co. got off the ship, it sank and the cloaking device reactivated on the way down.
Yeah.
And then it was lost for God knows how many years, but eventually it deactivated and they found it, and then brought it back to the museum. And you'll never guess what
Hmm.
Jack Crusher did to it.
What happened?
He stole the cloaking device to put it on the Titan.
He did not.
He did. Well, they needed to rescue Riker, Worf, and Raffi from Daystrom Station, and they couldn't get there because the Titan itself is a beacon, so they would have immediately alerted Starfleet that they were there. However, going in under cloak would have avoided that. And as soon as Seven of Nine mentioned the cloaking device, he said, "Cloaking device?" As soon as he said those words, I thought, Jack, no. Don't you dare. Don't you dare steal that ship's cloaking device. And he did it anyway.
Yeah.
Didn't quite hook it up properly, though. In fact, he nearly blew up the damn ship.
Oh damn.
But thankfully, Geordie didn't fix it.
Hmm.
Yeah, but I've got to be honest, that is my mini. Well, I say mini Star Trek Picard rant. My quite long Star Trek Picard ran over because I do want to move on to something else that I've theorized about lately. And it pertains
Yeah.
to the Super Mario movie.
Oh.
Yeah. Now, I'm sure you've heard about the speculation of Nintendo potentially launching an NCU.
Oh god.
Have you heard about that speculation?
Yeah, I've heard it.
I know exactly how they could launch two other franchises.
Oh
One more,
no. Come on.
one more, one more than another, but I've got a rough idea for the first one. Okay,
Right.
Mario
Pitch the idea.
Mario movie ends. We fade to black briefly, and then we open up on a forest. We see a lightning bolt
Yeah.
fly across the screen. And what does that confirm? Pokemon.
No.
Oh, come on. It would be perfect.
We are not doing the entire theory of bringing everyone together again. They did that with Smash
Oh,
Bros.
oh no, but no. This is like an NCU, which I do think could build up to a Smash Bros. Film.
No, if they ever do a Smash Bros. Film, it has to be on Super Smash Bros. Brawl with the Deep Space summary.
Oh, hell yeah.
No, sub, deep subspace place. Oh, forgot the proper name, but
Yeah,
it's the story mode from Super Smash Bros. Brawl because that
yeah.
one has the best story.
Okay. But I do think Nintendo is going to do something like this because I have heard speculation of a Donkey Kong film coming out after this, which, okay, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but another one they could launch quite easily. Now, this one has a bit of a funny aspect to it at the very end. Once again,
Mm.
film ends, screen fades to black, and then it reopens onto a castle.
Ooh.
But instead of red slates adorning the roof, they're blue.
Yeah. Oh.
And then we see the top, and then we see above the castle gates, and the crest is not a mushroom, but a
Mm.
triangle made of triangles.
Legend of Zelda.
And then we hear da 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 da, and then they leave it a second for everyone in the cinema to freak out, and then they do something funny.
Yeah.
Then out of completely nowhere, we hear a heh, and then a pot smashes.
Plot twist being it was an accident this time.
Tell me that wouldn't be perfect, though.
That would be hilarious, I would
like,
admit.
okay, here's Legend of Zelda film, and here's a Link doing his thing and smashing up some pots. Like, I think that is the better of the two, in my opinion. And something I could see Nintendo and Illumination Entertainment doing if they wanted to announce a Zelda film.
Hmm.
Like, here's Hyrule Castle, and there's the sound of an absolute lunatic smashing up some pots to get some money.
This feels like the film Pixels could have done.
Yeah, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that could have happened. But yeah, I think that would be like the perfect way to announce a Zelda film, because I think it's coming. I am certain a Nintendo Cinematic Universe is on its way.
If it is, then it's either you have Link do that, or if Link had to come to where they have conversion ones where they bring characters into the modern world or the world that they
Yeah.
do that, but but it's Link from one of his original games,
Oh,
and he
that could be
smashes a
cool.
pot in an antique shop, and he has to buy it.
Yes, but I think the one I made up in my head is probably the most likely way for Nintendo to announce something like that.
Yeah.
And I've even come up with a mini casting for that. And I've slightly
Oh no.
retweaked it from the ones we've done in the past.
Right.
Link, Ross Lynch.
Ooh. Okay.
He's the only one I've kept from our previous lineup.
Yeah.
Zelda. Now this is going to tug at some heartstrings. Zelda Williams.
Ooh.
That could be really good in my opinion, because of course Robin Williams named her after Zelda because he loved the game so much.
Honestly, I think she would be a really good Zelda anyway.
Yeah. Now, hear me out with Ganon.
Yeah.
John Cena.
I hear you. I would like to add an extra statement.
Oh, go on.
I don't know why, but I think Dwayne would also be a good fit.
Dwayne Johnson. Okay. Yeah. Um. I mean, I nearly had cast um Anya Taylor-Joy as Zelda, but then I remembered. Oh wait, she's already Peach. Whoops.
So I was going to suggest Jack Black for Ganondorf just to be like any villain now is automatically played by Jack Black.
Just like any hero is now played by Chris Pratt.
Exactly.
He's Garfield. He's Mario. He's whoever the hell you want him to be.
Exactly.
But no, I think Ross Lynch, Zelda Williams, and John Cena as Link, Zelda, and Ganon.
I see that though. I do really see that.
Although I don't know if I'd make him Ganon or Ganondorf.
Hmm. We can iron that out. We can iron that out.
Yeah. Well, saying that, Nintendo might do it for us.
Eventually.
You know, because I've heard there's a lot of rumors circulating about a Donkey Kong movie now coming out after Mario.
Oh, oh god. First of all, we'll talk about Donkey Kong as like a random thing in a minute. There's a voice note for you.
Ah, yeah. There is indeed.
Astounding Cam, my auditor. It's been a week already since we last spoke. This is I,
Yep.
Gabriel Sinclair. I have been playing Resident Evil 4 redo since Friday in the AM. I'm on chapter 8. I have to say, I've noticed a lot of changes since it came out on the PS2. A lot of good changes. One or two bad changes, but apart from that, a lot of good changes. So are either you two Resident Evil nerds, or do you just play Halo, or do you just play other games, or do you not like zombie games? I do like survival horror because it keeps me on my toes and keeps me ready for the upcoming, if there is to be one, zombie apocalypse. Out.
I mean, for me, Resident Evil and horror as a genre has never particularly been my cup of tea. Mainly because I do not handle scares well. That's all. Hell,
I'm okay with like that sort of genre, but I don't play them myself, but I do keep up with
hmm,
them, and I like seeing 100% playthroughs of them, so
yeah.
I keep up more that way rather than play them.
Like, my limit would be the Flood from Halo. That's probably the limit I'd go to.
Yeah, you definitely can't handle horror.
Hell no. Um, but yeah, Donkey Kong movie.
Yeah,
What could that be based off? Do you think they'll go down the original? Well, they can't go down the original Donkey Kong game because then that would be a prequel to Mario.
no, not as in the original Donkey Kong. I would have gone for the like Donkey Kong Country, so
Mm,
where Donkey Kong loses all of his bananas and he has to go and find them again. But
I've been thinking that myself.
although whether they have voice acting or not, I would just laugh if they had nothing but monkey noises, gorilla and monkey noises in
Mm,
different sort of, I was going to call them fonts in like different sort of pitches, but they have subtitles for what they're trying to say.
I mean, I'm gonna guess that they'd probably use voice acting considering Seth Rogen. Um,
Yeah.
ah, no. Hear me out.
hmm
Donkey Kong's the only one who can talk.
Yeah, either that or just Diddy.
Yeah, like, can you just imagine everyone else, "Ooh, hee, ah, ooh, ah, ah, ah," and then Donkey Kong, bananas!
Yes.
Give me back my nanas.
The bananas are actually, there's actually quite a few bananas that he has to collect in that game. It's quite fun.
Ugh, but okay, so Donkey Kong Country is the way you think that's gonna go.
Either
Okay.
Donkey Kong Country or Country 2, although Country 2 is Diddy and Dixie, so it
Hmm.
might be a mix of between Donkey Kong Country 2, and potentially Donkey Kong Country 3 because there's another
Okay.
character who's also Dixie's
Hmm.
either brother or cousin. It's a really weird thing to talk about Donkey Kong lore because there's so many monkeys.
Yeah. Now, I've got a quick question hopping back to the whole NCU thing.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Which franchise do you think is going to launch first outside of the Mario universe? So, we know Donkey Kong could be coming, but what do you
Yep.
think is going to be launching first afterwards? Do you think it's going to be Pokemon, Zelda, Kirby?
I don't think it'd be Pokemon because they're already creating like a couple of different series to go out. So, for example, there is a Netflix series that is actually coming out for like a Pokemon resort thing, which
Okay.
looks absolutely adorable. And there's also the new series of Pokemon that's coming
Yeah.
out because Ash is no longer in the Pokemon
No.
franchise. So there are two new protagonists.
Yeah.
So Pokemon, I think, is scratched out at the moment. Although they might
Okay.
do like a Detective Pikachu again.
Hmm. But
Um,
so you think? So you thinking Zelda next?
Zelda, I'm thinking could potentially be next. If not, then I I don't think Donkey Kong per se because they'd have to think of the semantics of what sort of context they're going to use on that.
Hmm.
Kirby could be an option because there has been Kirby series in the past, but I don't
Yeah.
know if there's any Kirby film.
I've just thought of one.
Uh-huh.
Metroid.
That okay, that would be perfect as a live action.
And I think I know who I would cast as Samus.
Who?
Give me a minute. I can't. I can never remember her name. Give me a moment.
What she played?
She was in the Force. She was in the sequel trilogy of Star Wars.
Okay.
Give me a second. I'll find her now.
Just your research out quickly just to find out who the actress is.
Yeah, I can. It would be perfect. Like as long as she can do an American accent. Um,
Oh,
Gwendolyn Christie.
that's ooh, okay. That's a take.
What? Like that would be good.
No, I can see that. I definitely see that.
Yeah, because something that the NCU could do, like you just said, they could do a mixture of live action and animated.
Well, with Metroid they'd have to because some of the you can't
Mm,
really have a realistic Ridley unless they made a robot.
mm. So like they could have, say, if they did do a Super Smash film, they could have the
Yeah.
animated Mario and the um, live action Samus.
Ooh, that that's a confusing one because if that's the sort of film you go for, because if we were doing a Legend of Zelda film, for example, whether that would be
Would
live
that be?
action or slightly animated would be
Ooh,
also debatable.
they could try it out in the Legend of Zelda films,
Yeah,
but
that's
let's face it, we know Nintendo, they're the groundbreakers.
they
They're no
break
strangers
something,
to
that's
doing
for
that.
sure.
They're no strangers to it, so I wouldn't be surprised if they do try to do a mixture of live action and CG. And it could come in The Legend of Zelda if they did Ganon, the massive beast version, because that would definitely need CGIing.
Yeah, definitely for that one.
So they could do they could try it out in the Zelda films if they make them. Please God, please.
That's something to debate.
Because while I've not really played Zelda until now, I've always loved the lore.
Yeah, depends on which law you're talking about, because there are some that are
Uh,
interchangeable.
and the timelines.
All the timelines.
Jesus. But yeah, I have loved the Zelda lore for a really long time now, and
Yeah,
I would really like to see a Zelda film made because there was rumors of a Netflix series a few years ago coming out.
yeah,
That was very swiftly cancelled for some reason. I can't remember why.
yeah.
Like there were plans for it, but it very quickly got shut down. Because,
Mm.
of course, Nintendo were obviously quite scared to death after the original Mario movie.
Yeah.
Because, let's face it, that wasn't their best work, was it?
No, not the best, but there was a learning experience.
Yeah, and it took them 30 years to try it again. Of course, they're only doing so now. But, yeah. I am excited to see where this Nintendo thing goes, because I do think there's a bit of a wider universe coming.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way they're just stopping with Mario. Uh-uh.
You think?
No way. At the very least, they'll delve out into the Mario universe a bit wider.
Let's hope. Let's hope so at least, because then if they do quite a few more of their series, then they would be able to get away with making a Smash Bros. Film.
Yeah. Like, I do think that if they are planning something like that, Smash Bros. Is probably the end goal.
They could get a Smash Bros. Film for the simple reason if they based it on Smash Bros. Brawl, a
Yeah.
lot of majority of the characters in there are already Nintendo based.
Yeah.
They have rights to Sonic. Well, they have rights to Sonic because of like Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, and Sonic's already been animated before.
I was
So
going to say, that's already been done.
yeah, so they have that. Kirby will be easy to
Oh,
make
yeah.
into animate. A lot of the others, they'd be able to finally bring back or make a series on a. I forgot the name.
Oh, no.
Star Fox. That's it. Star Fox.
Yes! I completely forgot about Star Fox.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. If that happens, we need to do a barrel roll moment.
Yes. Then there'd be a Solid Snake film.
Oh, hell yeah. This could go nuts.
The the Pokemon film might have to not happen, but they've done enough 3D animating for Pokemon in order to be able to take their models from the games that they've
Yeah.
done.
Yeah. All they could do is just canonize all the pre-existing Pokemon films into this universe.
No, 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 no. We are not doing that. That would be a fustercluck right there.
I mean, it would be one hell of a cop-out.
Have you seen any of the Pokemon films?
I mean, yeah, but like canonizing them as, a part of that universe would be one hell of a cop-out.
That I don't think it'd be feasibly possible because there's at least two different there's a there's a couple of different versions of the Pokemon, and then some of the films have like different versions of themselves. So the black
Oh,
film
yeah.
and the black film
Oh,
and the white
yeah.
film. They
That could
have
be...
when they came out with the DVD, they have like two-sided DVD. So one version has Ash with a Zekrom, and the other side has him with a Reshiram, and they animated both films and made those differences, which is pretty cool still.
mm-hmm.
But all the films together, no, not happening.
Fair. But like... Pokemon could be interesting, though. Like, they'd have to handle that very carefully.
Yeah.
Also, would you like to hear an incredibly dumb joke that a friend of mine just told me?
Oh god, go for it.
I'm so sorry. Why does the Norwegian Navy have barcodes on the sides of their ships?
I don't know.
So when they come back to port, they can Scandinavian.
No.
That
That's
was
so
so bad.
God, why?
I don't know. That was so. It sounds even worse saying it out loud.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Oh
God.
my god.
Why?
Oh
Just
God,
why?
and it's 1 minute to 7. You know what
Nice.
that means, right?
There is a voice clip as well before we go.
Oh, okay. I think that's from Gabby. Oh no.
No.
In my honest opinion, that whole survival horror genre kind of died a death ages ago. After Resident Evil 2, they all just got very boring.
Fair enough. Again, I can't really speak to that opinion because I've never played that genre. But yeah, that oh God, that god awful joke is where we're gonna have to leave this.
Of course.
God damn it! Rightio, everyone. Thank you all for coming to this AstoundCast to hear me ranting for the last half an hour about how incredible Picard could be if they do some crazy stuff, and saying that Nintendo as well. So if you've liked this stream, please follow me here at Astounding Cameron and Roxanne at Rox Rooney, or if you've been watching on YouTube, thank you all for joining me on here. Please subscribe to my channel, also Astounding Cameron. Sub button will be just below the video title, and if you click the video title, you will head into the description, at which point you're going to see my link tree, which contains my Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Stereo, and TikTok. And if you go below that, you're going to see Roxanne's website and her YouTube at Mianet. And that's going to do it for this weekend stream, unless...
A Pokemon fact for you guys. Splash isn't actually... The move Splash isn't actually associated with water. Splash translated can either mean both splash or hop, and I think hop is what they were meaning it to do, hence why it's a normal type move. But so they meant it as more of a hop, but it was called splash when translated. That's why it's able to be learnt by non-water types such as Hoppip, because it's literally hop in its name, and it's also the reason why it's disabled when the psychic type move Gravity is in effect, or any sort of gravity-based move. So yeah, Splash really isn't supposed to be Splash. It's more supposed to be Hop.
Whoops. You think they'd have fixed that by now?
Yeah. Bounce is a flying type move, so I don't. It doesn't make any sense anyway.
Nintendo, come on. Get it together, guys. On that, frankly, disappointing in Nintendo fact. I'll see you all tomorrow with another YouTube video, and next Sunday with another stream, at which point I'll probably be very tired.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.